Hey there, internets. This is Kyle. Welcome to another edition of the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel. I had to think about that for a second. Coming to you from a new location in my new hip multi-million-dollar YouTube studio. That's right, folks. I provide only the best for you on this channel, where I get approximately 4 views per video because, again, this is not really about you. It's more about me being sure that I stay accountable and continue moving the ball forward with my own business, which I'm trying to get started from ground zero and hoping to get from zero to $1 million within the next year. We are on day 61, I believe, of the overall series of events. It's been a little bit slow going, but that's to be expected, as I am just simply doing this part-time while trying to maintain a full-time day job, as well as taking care of a family and all the associated responsibilities that come with that, paying the bills and whatnot, making sure we still got money in the bank, and I don't go broke building this multi-million-dollar YouTube studio, right? So lots of things happening here, but I ordered, a whole, $200 worth of various things that I read would be helpful for recording purposes, and finally got them in from the old Amazon .com. Check out my affiliate link below. Just kidding. Don't have any of that crap set up, but a few relatively cheap things. Lights, sweet microphone stand. You've already seen the new dynamic microphone, whole $60 microphone. Sweet obligatory LED light in the background. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do with that. It's just a long, thin thing that somebody recommended, but I don't know if it's supposed to look like that exactly or supposed to do something else with that. Also got the sweet bookshelf here in this new office space that I'm still technically building out, and would have preferred to have it completely done. But as you might be able to see along the baseboards there are no baseboards and there's no flooring, because this room is not quite done. You are looking at a finished wall behind me, but over to my left, there's actually still an unfinished wall and an unfinished closet that I have yet to complete. But hopefully sometime in the coming weeks, I'll be able to finish that up, put all the trim work in. I think I'm going to just go with staining these concrete floors because, well, it's a long story, but basically the floor is uneven, and I don't want to mess with trying to level it out perfectly. And I don't really want to put carpet because I'm in a basement area, and I just prefer not to have carpet in basements. So that's what I like. You'll also notice these sweet random, I don't know, I'm really bad at pointing with the camera, sorry. Sweet random rectangular shapes in the background. Some homemade sound isolation or sound dampening boxes, I guess. I don't know what you call them. But simple DIY project. I actually did these several years ago at our old house, because at our old house we had like tile floors throughout, and in the area I was using as an office, I guess at that time, didn't really have any doors. It was kind of an open area, so although I did end up adding a door, but then I also added or built some of these sound dampening boxes just to try to reduce the amount of reflections, because kids could be playing on the other side of the house and everything would just bounce through between the ceiling and the tile floors. That made it somewhat loud, even in this back office that I had. So if you're interested, check my link down below. I'm just kidding, I don't have a link showing how I built these pieces of crap, but get some 2x4s, make a frame, stick a chunk of insulation in the middle, which I'd recommend the rock wool mineral wool insulation. Cover it with some canvas, or what is this, like burlap, I think it is cloth, whatever cloth of you're choosing at Joann's Fabrics. Check it out. They're a great Cyber Monday sale. It's going on today. Link below. Just kidding. None of that crap. But you just wrap it in fabric and actually do a pretty good job of tamping down on some of the reflections of the sound waves around your room. And so I haven't put them up or anything. And I actually think one thing I did not do was put a backing on the back. So like over here on this one, if you can look closely, you'll see some bulging. That's the insulation actually coming out the back because there's nothing really holding it in place. Because I didn't really care at the time. It mostly stays in place pretty well, especially once you hang it. I mean, it's not going to like fall out, but I was thinking I have some extra like 1/4 inch or maybe 1/2 inch foam board from a different project left over. I think I might just cut out and like glue on the back of them to keep that insulation in place, and that'll make it a little bit easier to hang them up. And then hang them up kind of around the walls of this rectangular room that I'm in currently. Also good to put some above you on the ceiling to limit the reflections top to bottom. And especially here, I'll have a concrete floor. I'll be putting, probably a rug down underneath this desk area. I have just some old scrap carpet at the moment, but we'll get something a little bit nicer once I get everything finished up. And be a pretty sweet little office space. Very quiet down here, even with kids and craziness going on upstairs. Right above me is the master bath, master bath, I guess. And so, unless somebody's like taking a shit or something, I mean, it's pretty quiet upstairs. And given the kids don't go in there, I don't hear random pitter-pattering of feet all over the place. But so I'm kind of building this, not really just for this purpose, but just for my general daily work purposes. I am fortunate to have a job where I have flexibility to work from home as needed, as I'm able to. So I try to take advantage of that, and this will definitely make me a little more able to do that more easily compared to the office that you've seen previously, which is right next to our kitchen and right next to all the typical craziness of a household with 2 toddlers running around. Let's see what else. So yeah, anyway, I'm just trying this out. Just put these lights up right now. Check them out. They even come with sweet remotes. I swear I don't think these lights were that much. Maybe $50 or $75 or something for 2, like a pair of them. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. But you can like adjust the intensity, which my camera will auto adjust, I guess. But so you might not see it too well. But you can also adjust the color temperature. So let's look at a cold temperature, a little bluer, warm, and then just white. Adjust the intensity. I did just adjust the intensity. Yeah. So anyway, you can mainly turn it on and off, adjust the intensity, and adjust the color temperature. Everything you would typically just want to do with lights, I can do from there. But I'll probably never adjust them because I don't know. I think this is pretty fun, pretty a-okay with how they are. Nice diffuse light, and should work out well. I assume the placement's fine. I just kind of have them on either side facing me, so I'm all lit up like a champ. And again, obligatory color light in the background. Bookshelf, I didn't mention that. I just put that together today as well because, again, in cinematography, videography sort of stuff, it's all about having depth of field. So although there's nothing on said bookshelf at the moment, we'll populate with that with random trinkets, which are obligatory for any YouTube video, to show that I'm not just some dude living in his mother's basement or something. So yeah, it's coming together. It's all right. Let's see. In terms of the business itself, I mean, aside from just putting this stuff together, I haven't really made much progress. Today is Monday, so back at work full time today. Good times. And just trying to get back into the swing of things after dealing with all the back issues, which is definitely getting better. So I don't know if it's just time to heal, and it's just getting better on its own, or because of the new stretches I've been doing over the past few days, where it's really gotten pretty significantly better, or some supplements that I'm taking, or all the above. I don't know what it is, but nevertheless, it's getting better. And note to self: take better care of my body, and don't jack up my back, because that was very painful, and I don't want to have to go through that again. So I do need to get in shape. I'm a bit overweight, although it might not seem, because I choose a convenient camera angle to avoid showing you my triple chins and overly, not overly, but obese waistline. But I do need to shed some pounds overall, and really more so work on my flexibility, which helps the whole back issues, being sure that you're flexible. Like, frankly, I haven't been able to touch my toes since probably like the second grade or something. So I don't know. I think maybe my body just isn't built to touch my toes per se, but at least especially right now, I have very minimal flexibility in terms of my back, forward and backwards. So, I mean, that's what the stretches I've been doing have been focused on, that type of flexibility, but need to kind of keep up with that in terms of continuing to develop my back muscles, as well as various other core body muscles, right? Very important part of your overall physique. I did get out today for a sweet haircut, which you probably don't care or can't tell or whatever, but so did hear a little bit more podcast time with Russell Brunson and the Marketing Secrets podcast. One in particular today, he was kind of just sharing one of his coaching calls with one of his inner circle members, who was having some questions about what he should be focusing on, what business he should focus on, which is kind of interesting, because this is a side comment, not my main comment. Side comment is, this dude is apparently in this inner circle mastermind program, which at the time it was probably at least a $25,000 a year program. It's more expensive now, and yet, even though he kind of has been dabbling with different businesses, like he's not really focused on any one business, and none of the businesses that he mentioned that he's done, it seemed like none of them were like successful at all. Like, really, like he said, one of them, he launched something and he's got like 100 followers on Instagram or something, and he was somewhat proud of that, although he wasn't making any money, obviously. That's why he was asking the questions. But point being, I don't know why anybody would spend $25,000 if you haven't even got anything off the ground. I mean, there's just so much free information out there that it just seems a little bit ludicrous to be chunking over that amount of cash when you don't even really have a business yet. Which is why I haven't done that. I mean, I've certainly, again, paid money for courses, and several thousands of dollars, but nowhere near $25,000, especially on a single course or coaching program or whatever. Not that I don't think I could probably benefit from a coaching thing, but as admitted by Russell Brunson and various other coaches I've listened to, I mean, their coaching is pretty basic. Frankly, it's just everybody kind of has some core fundamentals that they go back to. And their coaching is more or less like, hey, are you doing these core fundamentals that I've been teaching you, in all my free stuff, right? And the person will probably say, no, I haven't been doing that. And they'll say, well, you should probably do that. And they'll say, okay, I guess I'll go do that. And then the coach will be like, cool, talk to you again next week. And boom, thousands of bucks you just paid for that call or whatever, for them to just tell you what you already know. And I mean, I guess some people need that. Some people need a little kick in the wallet to get them motivated to make more money, but I don't I hope I'm not that way, and hope I can at least get something off the ground. I mean, maybe if I'm making like, I don't know, $100,000 or something, I might consider chunking out a 20, 30K to expedite things a little bit quicker. But forking over that amount of money before, at a point in time when I've done very, very little. And even frankly, I've probably done more than that guy's done, just in terms of different things. I mean, from real estate work that I've done as a separate business, and I don't know, other random little things, doing music work on the side that I've been paid for. I guess I could consider that a side business. I've probably made more money than that guy has in total, and that was before I ever really considered myself an entrepreneur of any kind. So anyway, different strokes to different folks, I guess. But that was the side point. The main point was part of the advice that Russell, and there was a different coach as well that was chiming in, was that the first thing he should be focused on is not the product that he should be offering to his intended audience, but it should be deciding on who his intended audience actually needs to be, and just focusing on building that audience, aka building a list of those people that you want to sell a product to. And like, don't even worry what the product is until you've already kind of established an audience and a customer base, so to speak, at least of people that are at least interested in whatever bait you're throwing out there to attract that desired audience, right? And I thought that was, I don't know, it wasn't profound, I guess, but it was just something that gave me a little more, I don't know, confidence or whatever, in the fact that I don't feel confident in the product that I'm putting together as of yet, but I am a little more confident, at least in the audience that I'm trying to attract. And so if I, based on this, $1,000 coaching call, what I should be doing, that I didn't pay for, free to me, what I should be doing is just focusing on how do I attract the people that I want to serve or do business with, that I want to ultimately have pay me money to do stuff for them. And then as I attract them, as I start to see, like how they're responding to maybe different content I'm putting out, then I think that, will kind of naturally lead to ideas of things that they are really interested in having a product based around. And that will help me then refine whether it's a course or it's coaching, group coaching, or one-on-one coaching, or whatever the thing is. That'll kind of naturally evolve from those types of interactions as I build the list. Now, of course, again, the downside of that approach is it's going to take longer to get money in the bank, which is definitely something I would like to have happen sooner rather than later. But again, given that I'm not trying to do this under the gun, in that if I don't make money, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills sort of situation, I'm grateful that I have the flexibility to spend a little more time developing more of the relationship side before I necessarily hit people over the head with, product. I mean, Alex Hormozy preaches this a lot as well, in terms of you should be building equity with your customer base over a long time horizon, so that you will never really even have to sell them anything. They will just kind of naturally ask you, even if they can work with you, and how they can work with you. And then that will naturally lead to conversations of what kind of product or service you will offer, and they will already be sort of more or less sold on working with you, and pricing and all that's just details at that point, if they're already kind of bought into who you are and what you're all about. Like, that just makes the whole actual sales process that much easier if you've already built up all this goodwill, more or less, with your audience, with your customer base. So that's, again, an important thing to kind of keep in mind. And yet another reason why I need to be focused on starting to generate some content, which is as well part of the reason why I wanted to get all this stuff set up, because this is not really for this channel that I bought all this stuff and put it together, but is for purposes of the PhD Secrets podcast / video. I mean, it'll be a video podcast, so YouTube plus podcast plus audio podcast. That's really why I put all this together and want to start recording podcasts in here and starting to push those out, then be able to use that to build content clips off of, so on and so forth, as I kind of talked about yesterday. So yeah, guess that's about where I'm at in a nutshell. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying this holiday season that's upon us. We are in Advent. Advent started on Sunday, week 1. So happy Advent season, and keep on kicking ass, taking names, and I'll see you next time. Peace.